Hey man, I thought you might like to see how I kind of do this build. I know you've mentioned in the past you'd like to see me record how I do some stuff. And since we're playing Valheim together, I thought you might want to see just kind of how I go about building this. Fortunately, it's storming right now, but that's fine. I already gotten a lot of the legwork done. I probably should have started at the very beginning, but as it is right now, I have already started leveling out some things. Um, it's not too complicated what I've done right now, of course. Like all I did is there's this lovely rune here that I wanted to kind of be the center, or centered with the front of my house. I was thinking of having two entrances on either side of it, and then having this kind of be the middle. And so the first thing I did is I kind of measured out the blocks, right? So there should be 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left and 6 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That being said, when you're working with stone, it's a little squirrely, and I have my walls kind of pre-placed to make it so I can visualize it a little bit more, because the inside of the base itself is actually going to be 10 across. So the outside blocks are going to have half of it jutting out. I might even extend that one more. But for now, it's 12 across this way. I'm thinking of actually making it 24 long. I kind of want to make a longhouse. I'm kind of visualizing a longhouse, so I was thinking of having the length of the building be twice as long as the width of the front. And so this being 12 across, I'm probably going to make this 24 across lengthwise. And of course that'll translate into a 20 length inside and a 10 across inside. So like for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Because this extra block on either end is not going to be usable on the inside, so in the interior is going to be really 10. So not too complicated. I placed down the first 2 blocks on the height that I wanted, and then I've just kind of been... Wow, that lightning. I've had the pleasure of just ironing this all out. It's not so hard. I've just been having my pickaxe out. And I've just been kind of... You know, this is the blocks that I want to place down. I don't care if they're being jutted into, at least right now. So I was just going to go along this and kind of just iron out, place a block, iron out, place a block. That being said, I wanted to get a visual for how long this really would be. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I just stopped right here and made this into a box, it'd be a perfect square. But I want a rectangle. I just hope I don't have to damage any of this stuff back here. I want to keep a lot of it. I might have to though, we'll see. That might be right in my backyard. Anyway, so this is 12. So I'm just going to keep going. Right? It's going to get a little tedious, but I'm kind of convinced this is going to be my forever base. At least for the... You know, I'm going to make middle, like, other work camps, kind of like how I've made some before. So, in that sense, I'll have other bases. But as far as, like, my main base, now that we've unlocked stone after getting iron, I can actually set some real foundations, right? Like, we can do some stone for real this time. So, I'm kind of excited about that. I didn't want to start the framework of a major base until I had stone, because stone's really cool. I don't want to bore you, but like, when you place stone, if I change the snapping to just bottom, you can make stone columns like this, and hopefully I can show this and not be wrong. That'd be kind of embarrassing if I was wrong. Let me push one of these down. If I stick a wooden pole out of a stone structure, holy crap, sorry, that was bright lightning in the fog. You'll notice, if I did this right, blue, yep, see that? Blue means something is considered to be sticking into the ground and it has max stability, right? Because this, like, for example, this stone is blue because it's built directly on the ground. This, I guess, is apparently still blue, but this is green. And then that's green. Oh, sorry, man, this fog. It's green, green. Different tint of green. Yellow. But wood is blue. And this dramatically extends the length of your structures. So incorporating stone, especially if you want a tall house, like I'm planning on having this have at least 2 floors, and I'm going to dig out a downstairs too. But this is going to have at least 2 floors, maybe 3, depending on how I do this. So, kind of exciting. Still thinking. Obviously, I don't have like a blueprint or anything, right? I'm just thinking. So, this is kind of one of those, you know, screw it, we're doing it live moments. I'm probably going to post this to YouTube to make it easier for you to view it. So I'll try my best not to curse. In case maybe I want to show the nephews. And this is going to be kind of a long format, boring video. I'm not going to edit this at all. I'm just going to show you the nitty gritty. This is mainly intended for you anyway. I'm not trying to wow anybody. So if you want to have this on the background or skip through, feel free, please. Because I'm going to be kind of autistic and count a lot of things multiple times. That's how I build, so I'm going to be OCD, a little aspy when I'm doing this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to mark this one. We're dealing with big numbers. Or at least big distances, not big numbers. 6, 7, 8. We're getting close to these stones. I might have to gut some of them. Man, I might have to make another stone cutter. I don't know if I have it in me to keep moving that around. Fortunately, they're not too expensive. These two probably. So I'll just like put this right here. This right here. The fact that we can portal metal makes this so much easier. Anybody watching this that isn't like a family member or something like that hears that like, ugh, porting metal. We already have like 300 hours in this game, man, and after a while, using a boat to log your iron around, just, dude, it ain't me, man. If that's you, good for you, but that ain't me. I just can't. I've got, my time's a little too valuable for that now these days. Okay. Like recording Valheim videos. Alright, anyways. So this is 12, right? I'm gonna be autistic and count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't have stone. Oh, finally, that storm's going away. It's a good thing I didn't have any wood placed down besides the crafting stations, because that would have all been damaged. But honestly, by the time I'm done with this build, there's going to be a lot of water damage. But I do plan on making the skeleton of the structure first, and then the roof. The roof is usually actually one of the first things I do when I build a structure in this game. And I honestly think a good looking roof is probably one of the most important parts of the whole build, so that's just my opinion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. That is 24. That is going to be a long boy. And ironing all this out is going to suck. I'm just going to be honest. But I'm here for it. I kind of want to do it, so I'm not too stressed about it. I might not have to kill these 2 rocks, but this one's got to go. Maybe not this one. Yeah, leveling this all out. Can you see it? Can you feel how long this is going to take? Honestly, I might even just make this in multiple parts, because realistically this is going to take me quite a while. I'm not sure if I'm going to record the whole, like, building of it, but maybe at least the skeleton of it. I mean, it's currently 1:58 a.m. May the 25th. So I'm like gonna burn the candle. That's fine. I don't think I've ever made a base this long before. But every time I don't, I kind of hate the fact that I didn't. So I'm kind of excited to see how this goes. I want to see if it actually looks good or not. Like, I haven't looked online. I haven't referenced this at all with, like, what other people have done. I'm just kind of thinking about what I think would look good. Just going off that. That's all. I don't know, maybe... I'm not planning on editing this, but this is literally going to be just like a half an hour of me leveling this out. I'm not even sure I want to talk that whole time. That's a long time to just try and come up with things to say. But I will say that this game is actually kind of hard at making sure that your ground is level. That's part of the reason why I'm placing out the stone foundations as I go, because that's going to help me realize that everything's level. Unfortunately, the tool, the hoe, isn't super... It can't dramatically change elevations too much. You have to whip out the pickaxe like I am right now to do that. And at a certain point, it's way more efficient to just use the pickaxe instead of like hoeing, pickaxing, It's just sticking with the pickaxe. That was a pretty big dent. I might fix that later. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna smooth this hill out. I don't know yet. That's future me's problem. And I can't adequately think about how this is going to look. Like I'm very much like, I build in stages. I don't envision everything in my mind all at once. I kind of go with ideas that I have in the moment. And like a base framework kind of idea, right? See, there's some stone getting a little too close here. I need to whip back. I'm not entirely sure how bedrock works in this game, too. I know there exists a bedrock layer. However, what I don't actually understand, and I hope this doesn't mess with my build, is the fact that like I was intending to have a downstairs compartment in this build, but since the elevation's so high already, I'm curious, like, to visualize what I'm thinking, or to help you visualize what I'm talking about. Starting out, this left side was pretty much level with the ground anyway. This right side isn't. And so if I dig far enough down and make a downstairs compartment in space, am I going to hit a bedrock layer? And is the bedrock layer like Minecraft, where there's like a universal layer that you can't go further? Or is it like elevation based, right? It's like, can you dig like 12 meters down and then you hit bedrock there, but then like it slopes with the size of the mountain itself? I don't know. And if that turns out to be the case, I could waste a bunch of time digging a hole, only to realize that certain parts of the hole can't go further enough to warrant me, or down enough to warrant or justify making a cellar. Because I would love to have a cellar. I think it's such a flex. Because digging downstairs in this game, it's not very easy. And it's extremely satisfying when you do it. And it's kind of a flex too, you know, because you're like, yeah, I put in the time and effort to do that, and that commands respect, at least, you know. Like, damn, how'd you do that, you know? Yeah, this is gonna be well, and I'm gonna have to repair my equipment multiple times before this before we're finished here. But it's kind of relaxing too, you know? Honestly, if I wasn't recording, I'd probably be, I mean, I could stitch this together, I don't know. Oh, how broke it. I know, I might consider stitching this and watching a video or something in my other monitor. Probably watch something like Jon Stewart or something. The Daily Show. Maybe a podcast. But I mean, real quick, talking about that whole bedrock thing. Look how deep I went here. I haven't hit bedrock yet. In fact, I'm actually kind of curious. Like, if I just held my mouse down and just did this. Like, I'm still going down, right? I feel like I should have gone down more. When I was mining this out, I was actually curious to see if I hit bedrock. Yeah, you see what I mean? Yeah, this isn't going down. You see that? So, I think I hit bedrock here. And this is kind of on a hill. So, yeah, like water level's down quite a bit. So I think it really is based on like the generation of the map, where if you're on a mountain, your bedrock level is going to be higher than just a water level plains. And so if I do make it downstairs, I might have to be very conscious about that. I don't know. That's a problem future me is gonna figure out. You know, I could do something potentially where I have the downstairs different dimensions. Like have a downstairs compartment that's like this left section and not this right section, but I don't know if I could make that look good. Or if it's worth the hassle of making that look good to begin with. You know? I don't know. And also, the fact that this is going to be such a big house anyway. I know it looks like it's going to be a ton of effort, but honestly, dude, like, it's not going to be that bad. Honestly, especially with the settings we have on this server with extra resources. Like, building this is going to be the most tedious part of the entire build, is just leveling up this ground. once I get this all done, real quick, spotting when you're about to hit terrain like these rocks and getting them out of the way before is smart. You don't want it to fall in and be all in this like a weird position that you're not even sure you can like get out, you know what I mean? This is the play. Yeah, for those of you curious, we have the server set to the 3x. 3x resources, portable metal, and you drop all non-equipped items on death. And honestly, the game just feels much more enjoyable to play on these settings. And that's coming from somebody who like loves these kind of games, you know, like I've played Rust on competitive servers, and me and my friends have been the dominant clan before, just killing everybody. And like Reign of Kings, even Ark Survival. You know, I'm used to grinds, but this game, I don't know, it's different. I don't mind turning up the resources on this game. I think it also improves creativity in a lot of people's builds, because they're willing to sink more resources into their builds, because there's more resources to just go around. It makes sense, right? People are willing to make more fancy things if they have more materials to do so. Just makes sense. I'm gonna be honest though, I don't think, I've been thinking about it, and I might make a cellar, maybe like a mead hall cellar, but a fully fledged downstairs with the same dimensions of this house, I don't think I have it in me. This is so much space. If this were a smaller house, I'd give it a downstairs, like a full downstairs floor, but this, nah, dude. They're gonna have to change something with the way that's generated for me to even consider it with a house this big. Like, if they added, like, a tool to level the ground and stuff, like, if there's, like, a dwarvish tool that we get later in the game that they add, that'd be sick. Make it happen. Was it Iron Gate that makes this game? Whatever it is, make it happen. See, I'm getting a little too low here, so I'm gonna pull out the hoe. Yeah, you gotta be careful, you don't wanna get too low. If my eye is correct, this is number 6. Or 12. Yeah. Let's see, does that line up? Yep, it does. This is number 12, which means it's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're getting there. I mean, what I'm thinking, as I'm just tediously grinding this out, I might get a hoe and smooth this out, and then just use the crop guy thing to get the grass on it, and make it kind of look like more like a gently rolling hill, instead of like these jagged kind of cliff sides. Because I want this place to look nice and calm and relaxing, you know, I want it to be cozy. After all, I am building in the meadow biome, so I clearly want this to be a nice place. Like, it's, you feel safe, you feel like you can relax, you know. It's funny, part of the reason I actually started recording is because I was planning on doing it downstairs, and, you know, just preemptively thought you might have questions about that. And so I was thinking, like, well, I could just turn on OBS and show them exactly how I make the downstairs. So maybe what I'll do is I'll make like a cellar and put like the mead kegs there. Make it like a little, what's it called? Like a refinery, a refactory? I can't remember. A place where you make booze. My fear right now is that I'm gonna hit bedrock, but I'm not. This is high enough. It doesn't matter. Oh, I think we're pretty close, actually. Before I do this, I'm gonna be OCD again. Alright, so that was 12. 1, 2, 3. Wow, hold on, I'll get my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that was 12. We know that. We marked it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We marked that. So each of these are 12, and this is 12 as well. This is going to be a 12 by 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Measure 50 times, cut once, right? And of course, we don't actually have to measure this out because we already know that this is the correct dimensions because we did the measuring over there. I'll smooth this out later. I'm not terribly concerned. Ooh, check that out. That was satisfying. Oh my god, that was very satisfying. Ooh, pretty sick, huh? We're a little too high. We can kind of fix that. A little baby fix here. Luckily, they added different types of snapping. Which is really nice, honestly. Honestly, the changes to snapping that they added have genuinely made building so much easier that I kind of wish more games would do that. Like, it's a thing you might not think much about, right? It's like, oh, they just changed, if you press Q while you're holding a building component, you can alter how it snaps to other building components. And, like, that's actually pretty massive. That's a huge quality of life. See, look. Boom. Alright, the framework is done. Because I'm borderline autistic, we're gonna count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. 12, 24, 12. We're gonna count this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we've done it. Those are the dimensions of my great hall. I'm probably going to add a cellar, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. Which is not good, because I need to figure that out before I really start building. Yeah, in my opinion, you want to really get that done quick. I'm snacking on some popcorn. What was it, like 2? It's 2:16. I'm fighting the urge to go get McDonald's, man. I'm fighting that urge. I could drive and get some McDonald's right now, dude. I probably shouldn't, but do I want to? Alright, well, now we get to the tedious part again. So all has to be flat. I really should bring some food over that's not my best health food at the moment. But part of the reason I'm doing this is so I can build a better kitchen. I mean, I want to build a better everything, obviously, right? Like, but one of the things I wanted to do is a better kitchen. Oh, this is gonna be so big. Like, look at this. And funnily enough, the most time-consuming part of this whole build is what we're doing right now. Seriously. If you were to separate this build into separate steps, this is the one that's going to take the longest. What we're doing right now. Funny to think about. You think building up the walls and the roof and the framework would take the longest, but no. Flattening the ground is literally the most time-consuming part of this whole thing. Alright, it's incredibly important too, though, right? Like just like in real life, solid construction starts at the foundation of the base, and you have to have a strong foundation. You know, I actually had an idea as we were talking just now for how to potentially make it downstairs. If I had it so that because you saw how high I could get the house with the stone. If I had a pretty big stone walls, and then I had, because I was originally thinking of having the wooden floors here, but if instead I raised this like 2 or 3 sections of wall high and then made that ground level, I could then dig this a little lower and have that be a downstairs. I might do that. I'm not married to the idea yet. It's just something I was thinking about. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, I'm not regenerating stamina like at all. That rested buff is genuinely the most important buff in the game. Pretty significant difference though, huh? That didn't take too long. Just put on like a podcast or something. You see how I smoothed out that area there that I'm looking at? I'm probably going to do that with this whole ridge. Just make it look more natural. I find that what helps something look good is making it look like it, making things look like they belong. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to completely match the environment, but you have to make it look like it belongs. Even something alien and not natural to the area, you can still do little tricks here and there to make things look like it's believable that it's there, you know? You don't want something that's intrusive and doesn't look unnatural. But even then you can make some stuff that does look unnatural and good too. I know that probably didn't make sense, but maybe I can try and give an example or show an example of that. With this build. I'm a little worried that some, like, you can see these bumps like here. That would stick through. This would also stick through. This would stick through. Just gotta be mindful of that stuff. Just angle your camera down and look around. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I wish there was like a magic rod of like earth moving or something that they could add to make this a little less tedious, but knowing the devs of this game, they'd probably like save it for super late game. It's like the Terraria devs giving you the, like the super omega machine that can like dig tunnels as fast as you can fly, but you literally get it like as you kill the Moon Lord, which is the last boss in the entire game. So like cool, I have mastery over the world now, but there's not really a game left to play. There's no incentive for me to keep building if I just beat the game, right? At least that's how I think. I'm one of those types of people that I need a carrot at the end of the stick to keep me running. You know. A good example actually is we just finished our V Rising server with my friends, and after we beat Dracula, it was kind of like everybody kind of just wrapped up their base and then got off, right? You don't want to like, after you beat the final boss of a game like that, you don't want to be like, okay, now I'm going to build another second base. Like, no, you're not. You just beat the game, right? Like, why would you build another base? The purpose that your base serves isn't relevant anymore. That being said, if you played on a public server and you just wanted to build something beautiful for other players to watch, that's different. Because like that in and of itself is a carrot. At least what I'd consider potentially a carrot. It's kind of a satisfying little hill. Honestly, another idea I had is just like leaving part of this ground inside. Maybe like an indoor garden. I'm not going to, but that's potentially something that could look cool. Heck, I might even just convert some of this into a maybe my bottom floor could be a garden. I mean, gardens need sunlight though. I mean, I don't know if they actually do, but kind of in the realm of that whole make things look like they belong. If I had like an underground just like carrot farm, you'd be like, what the? That doesn't make sense. Now that I think about it, I think I have some old footage from before of me actually digging a downstairs and showing exactly how I did that. I could probably do it better now. You know, I've sunk quite a bit more time in the game that I could probably come up with some strategies to do a little better, but I think fundamentally it's pretty much the same, right? So I don't think I ever posted it on YouTube though, so maybe I should get that footage and just slap it together real quick. I always love the text they have with the dreams in this game. They didn't need to do that, but they did, and that adds a lot of immersion. Ooh, we get to build in the rain some more. That's fun. It was funny, like, there was seriously, like, 5 or 6 days straight that there was no rain, and now that I'm building, it's like, and we're gonna storm! Here comes Mr. Thunder! Yeah, I don't want Mr. Thunder right now, dude. Makes seeing the ground a little harder, and there's like this, like, mist that grips the bottom. That's kind of frustrating. But it's fine. It stopped. Okay. Ooh. I don't fully understand the weather patterns in this game. Typically, if it's raining in one biome, it rains in all, but I've also seen that not be the case too, so I really don't understand how it works. Like, I've been in rainstorms portaled across the map into the snow mountains, and then like there's a blizzard up there instead, which I think is cool, by the way. I might build a snow castle eventually. It's funny, like every time I play Valheim, I'm like, yeah, dude, I want to build in the snow area because it's like my favorite biome. It is my favorite biome. But I never end up actually building a base in the snow that like I use as my main base. Because it's terribly inconvenient. And I think the last server that I played on that I actually did build up there, we didn't have portal metals on. And so I bet you can see how frustrating that'd be, like trying to get metal up there. It was a nightmare. Yeah, we're past the halfway point. I mean, we're getting close. Yeah, I'm starting to think, if you were wanting to build a base like this, just using the ground, it's like using the fill ground with the hoe might actually be easier than digging out the ground. Just food for thought. I don't know if it would look as nice when you were done, but it'd probably be way faster. You'd have to use stone though, but stone's not hard to get on our server. As you can see, like, I mine one rock and I get like a bunch of stone, and I can just go into the Black Forest and just start digging away, so I'm not too concerned with it. Ah, food's running out. That's the problem without having a garden. All my high stamina food is forage stuff, and I'm one of those people that doesn't like using consumables in video games, if I can help it. And so, like, I'm like thinking to myself, like, I could use the berries to make like a healing mead instead. Even though there's like so many berries, because this is a ×3 server. In the back of my head, I'm like, but still, do I really need to eat a berry right now? Apparently like Hector thinks so. Not bad, huh? Sincerely, this looks pretty good. I hope this house isn't so big that something wonky happens, like with, like, for example, is this mist gonna be in my house? I don't know, dude. I have no idea. Never built a base this big before. Maybe 12 by 24 was overkill, being honest. But kind of felt like building something kind of grand, you know? I want to show off a little bit. Oh wow, ooh, I didn't know that happened. Okay, good to know. So for those of you who might not understand, I can't just hoe this down. Watch what happens when I try. You see? There's a maximum depth at which you can hoe down terrain before it won't go down any further. And hoeing down the terrain doesn't make it easier to mine, technically. Like, in fact, it's actually the opposite when you have like big cliffs, like I had earlier. Like, if I hoed this all down, this big ridge, and then struck it with my pickaxe, it would take longer instead of me just sticking on the edge and just digging down, right? I know that's maybe a little hard to understand, but that is how it goes. So what do you think, huh? That wasn't so bad. Like, obviously it took some time and elbow grease, but what? Like, can I see in my OBS how long I've been filming? I'm sure there's a place, but I don't see it right now. Oh, actually, yeah, I do. 45 minutes. 45 minutes to do the hardest part of a big build. I mean, to some people that might sound like a lot, but for people like me who play games like this, it's not bad. And that's honestly, that's part of the game, in my opinion, is doing stuff like this. So that's just might be me thing. And also, I haven't I've been talking and kind of showing stuff as I've been building too. If I was just zoning out, right, like turning on a podcast and just doing my thing, this would have been a little faster. Not much faster, but a little. I won't say like I would have Supermaned it. Now, I don't know how long I'm gonna do this for, but what I will do is, can I just eat a carrot? Yo, you can just eat carrots. What we need are some turnips, though. John found some turnips. I should have asked him for some of those seeds. I would have planted them. I need to run around our swamp. Look for some turnips. Because turnips are used for a lot of cool recipes. I don't remember all of them, to be honest, but all I know is they do. So I'm kind of just thinking to myself right now. Let's play around with some concepts real quick, right? So let's say that this is what I'm gonna do. Because this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ring this in slabs. That's a little unfortunate. Not super unfortunate, but I would be lying if it wasn't a little unfortunate. But we can fix that with one of these. I'm gonna be decorating this anyway, so it's not gonna be super noticeable. I just hope. Yeah, you see, that's actually what I was worried about. All right, first problem. It's bound to. Why? Jeez. If I left shift, oh, that's a command. If you hold left shift and middle mouse button, you caught. Like, let's try it. Okay. I might have to remember that. It's actually pretty handy. I found it by accident because I was trying to sprint. I wonder if they tell you where that actually is or not. Ooh, this is green instead of blue? Hold on, explain. Why? But this is blue, but that is green. Yeah, dog, I don't know. I don't have to know either. Okay. Realistically speaking, I want an entrance right here. So, I put two like that. You see my problem? I can't really do that with these blocks. They're too wide. If I extended this further, I could, but I like the dimensions as they are. 12 by 12 by 24 is what I would like to stick with. That's not the worst. That is gonna mess with the structural integrity of my entire build a little bit. But if I don't raise this too high, it won't matter. Because this could be red, and the wood that I put on it will still be blue. So that doesn't matter all that much. Okay. I think we're pretty golden with that. My rested buff. Man, it's gonna be nice having this done and have a place where I can just always keep my rested bonuses. I'm not sure you can hear me munching on chips and popcorn, but I do have chips and popcorn. Also, I'm not going to go get fast food. Oh my gosh. I just wasted all that time. I thought I saw the symbol for the rested pop up, but it didn't. Yeah, this isn't too bad. It could be worse. And I'll make this look good. People who don't see what I'm doing, like the build in action, wouldn't even notice like that. So especially there's some tomfoolery. I know how to make things look good. See that? That's a little worrying. So if I'm gonna keep this completely the same, which, spoiler, I don't know if I'm gonna do. Like I said, I play things very much by ear, like when I'm building in video games. Or like, honestly, projects in general. Whether it be writing an email for work or whatever, I usually spitball it. And I just play around with it until I get what I like. I think that's how most people work. So just on the off chance, right? I don't know if I'm doing this. This is just a template to show. Honestly, I could even have doors in the middle too. Ooh, that could look good. I might do that. At least on this side. I don't know about that side. That side is gonna be a headache to figure out what to do with. But this? I could give it a pillar instead. Have it be a double door. Looking good. Yeah, I like that. I think we're gonna do that. See, that's a perfect example of what I'm trying to explain. I didn't plan that. All I did was I came up with the dimensions that I wanted, started the framework, started building around with it, and I saw something that I liked, and I was like, yeah, let's do that, you know? You have the idea in the moment. I think having a basis for having a good symmetrical base is important to achieve that, right? If this was just some creative nonsense of squiggles and stuff, I couldn't do that. But since I'm being very rigid with the whole dimensions and everything, it kind of opens up the gates for that kind of stuff, in my opinion. Okay. So that's floor 1. Or rather, stone wall 1. And then I like to stagger my stone. Makes it look a little better in my opinion. So we could do this. Now, for those of you who have forward thinking, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, but Shane, that's gonna do another, give you another headache problem, ain't it? Kind of. I mean, the answer is yes. But, see, it's not a problem, because you can, as long as you know what pieces you've already used, staggering them is not a problem, because you're just building another layer of it, right? So I knew that I needed to put a pillar and 2 of these columns, or 1 column and 2 of these small bricks. because that's what we used for the bottom piece. So I just placed them somewhere slightly different. See? And that looks more pleasing, doesn't it? This wall to my left that I'm kind of nudging towards. Like if I zoom in, you can see this line here and this crease, slot, line, crease. It mirrors each other. It looks good, right? It's like a medieval castle kind of thing. And similarly here, you see how the creases aren't the exact same. If I were to build this the exact same, it wouldn't look nearly as good. A little trick. I mean, but also to be fair, there's probably a lot of people who wouldn't care anyway. But I would wager to guess that those people don't make stuff that's nearly as good as me. So if you don't have the attention to detail, you're probably not building structures nearly as good to begin with. Let's just not pretend otherwise. I don't know if I'm gonna do the downstairs yet. How long have I been recording? 56 minutes. I've been rambling to myself for 56 minutes. And I could keep going. This honestly isn't. I was one of those kids that would talk to himself all the time. I still do. So me talking out loud and just voicing my thoughts doesn't really. It's not something I have to focus on too much, if I'm gonna be honest. Something I can just do pretty naturally. I am going to need to mine some stone though, I think, because I'm not done with it yet. I am going to at least do the layer that I'm doing right now. So 2 layers, but I might even go so far as to say 3. I genuinely might do a triple layer. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll sleep on it. I'm not gonna like build my whole base right now. Are you kidding me? No, that's not gonna happen. I wonder if I'll make it. Let's find out. We're gonna be cutting it pretty close, but I think we got this. I wonder what teleporting while covered with way too much weight feels like in this universe, dude. Regardless. Man, I'm running out of food. If only there were like some berry patches nearby. So we're going to at least do this. You can see how this is all kind of misty. It's hilarious. Oh, I did it wrong. See? I need to put the pillar on the edge. Caught myself. See, looks better. The problem is, how do I do that here, right? I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know. We'll just kind of have to see. Just focus on the things you know you're going to do anyway, and the rest will kind of fall into place. That's how I like to think about it anyway. Eh? Doesn't look half bad. Yeah, this is I should take a screenshot real quick. I like showing my before and afters. I also have like friends and people who ask how I do stuff like this. And so kind of showing them the kind of progress pictures. Kind of nice. I'm just gonna play with this real quick. I don't know. Huh. It's a little more expensive, but I like it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I like it. Yeah, I think some people think building with stone in Valheim can be a little intimidating because it follows slightly different rules than building with wood. But once you understand how it works, it really isn't that bad. And I feel like it's pretty liberating. You can build taller structures, more structurally sound looking structures. It's cool. Like I'm personally kind of going for a fortified looking longhouse with this build. I'm gonna have at least 2 floors with a very slanted roof. That's going to look like a long house, and then I'm gonna have the roof protruding on all sides. It's gonna look good. That being said, thinking about this realistically, especially with the protruding roof idea, I'm probably going to have to move this out a bit more, but well, like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm not eager to find out how this is gonna go just yet. Yeah, we're an hour in, an hour and 1 minute, so I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. That was a little less than an hour of work. I was talking a lot of that time and running around. What did we say, like 45 minutes? We can probably round that up to 50. And this is a very, very sturdy looking foundation. And this is like clay that's gonna be molded. It's very rough right now, but even though it's rough, oh yeah, there's berries. Even though it's rough, you can kind of picture it in your mind a little bit better now. And I think that makes a pretty significant difference. Yeah, look at this. I'll take a screenshot. Looks pretty cool. As I'm building out the skeleton, I'll probably make another video, which is, I mean, honestly, might even just be tomorrow. If we're playing Valheim with the guys. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I like it. I don't know. I might build the skeleton of the structure first before I decide on a downstairs. Honestly, thoughts right now. Sleep might change this, but as it is right now, I really don't think I'm gonna build a downstairs with this base. I think it's big enough that it doesn't warrant one, and I think the headache, like especially, I just spent so much time. I spent like 45 minutes just leveling out all this ground, right? Like, I'm not eager to dig a hole and then dig around only to find out that I hit bedrock level, right? And that it's like slightly sloped and like I can't level it out again, and that'd be a pain. If I am going to add another floor, it's going to be like, is this tall enough for me to feel comfortable? Probably not. I want at least another section high. Real quick, just thinking out loud here. If I did, I need to end this video. I just keep thinking. If I were to add another section real quick. Like, I'm not going to add the whole section, but I'm just going to start it so we can see. If I do this... of course, I'd run out of stone. Really, we get so much stone, I should just be plucking these, right? That was not a inconsequential amount of stone I just got. Remember, we staggered the stone to make it look good. Look, that's still green. I could build this so much taller. Because remember, before I get off, point being, any wood that's connected to stone is considered blue. Blue is the most structurally sound. So this could be red and it wouldn't matter because this would still be blue. So realistically, I could keep building this up very high. Which would be pretty. This is going to be such a big house, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up putting the portal hub somewhere here. I plan on having most of my portals near my house anyway, so maybe this will be a mini portal hub. Not in the base, of course, but maybe like on that hill, like, or something, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. World's my oyster right now, dude. But yeah, if I had it like, if I had this, if I had stairs going up instead, like if we had 2 staircases coming down, and then we had staircases going down, like, I'd feel pretty good about this being a downstairs, especially if like I got the stone real quick, and I made the bottom like this. Just like. It's like imagining the whole floor was stone. 3 high. I could see this being a downstairs. Maybe I'm gonna do it. I don't know. Things to think about. It would be cool. I will say that. It would be cool. Decisions. And I would have 3 stories. Pretty easy. I'm probably gonna do it. That's okay. I guess that's another way to make it downstairs. You just you dig out ground level and then you just pop one up, dude. But like, what's the difference of me just? I don't know. I don't want to think. I'm tired. That'll come later. Just one more screenshot. And yeah, when I build this out more and add a skeleton structure and everything to it, we'll kind of go from there, I think. But yeah. Thanks for watching, dude. And take it easy. Peace.